Especially for those of you who really want to be a millionaire and you're not just talking. If you're just talking, then there's a club for that. They look great. They wear all the t-shirts that say that they're a boss and they're doing nothing. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the person behind you.
Because I really don't know what I would do if I didn't have some work that I had to get to. Hello, and welcome to another episode of WorkHARDAholics. I am Shirley Crawford, your host, the original WorkHARDAholic. And you might ask yourself, why do I get to be the original? You might even be asking yourself, what exactly is a WorkHARDAholic? What do you mean you don't know? No, it's not in the dictionary, because I made the word up. A WorkHARDAholic is someone who is always doing something. We don't rest on our laurels. We don't wait for the world to bring it us. We take it to the world. And normally I turn to Christina and she starts singing. Not right now though. Maybe later. All right. But for those of you who haven't heard our new theme song that we haven't put out there for real, it also tells you what exactly is a WorkHARDAholic. For those of you who are wondering, what does it mean? It's the movers and the shakers always doing something. If you want to be in balance and get some more green, WorkHARDAholics, that is us. Who am I? Which is another song that I won't sing right now. I am Shirley Crawford, as mentioned, the original WorkHARDAholic, the executive director of the Women's Business Center, RBA, located 1510 Willow Lawn Drive, directly across the street from the Kroger at Willow Lawn. I am also author, speaker, podcaster, blah, 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 blah. Say it with me now. Blah, 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 blah. The point is I'm vetted and validated, and if I give you information, it's true, it's accurate. It will help you in your business and impact your leadership skills, your place in the community, your ability to communicate, your ability to be able to be all things to all people, as much as that's humanly possible. That's what you're going to get just by being a part of WorkHARDAholics. All right, so that's what we're about to do right here, people. We're going to get this party started right here, right now, and welcome. Bienvenido to all and one, and all. All right, so here we go. First things first, we always start off generally with our word for the week. But before that, I want to give a reminder once again that for those of you who are concerned about our community and desire to make a contribution and to assist with the things that are happening and with regards to keeping the legacy of Adele Johnson alive, especially with her work with the Black History Museum, it is not too late for you to make a donation or a contribution to the Adele Johnson Foundation. I'm not sure if it's a foundation or an endowment. Either way, it's through the Community Foundation. But you can go to adelejohnson.org, I do believe, and you still have an opportunity to make contributions there. So I don't feel like you missed out on that, because you have not. You still can, and your contributions are still very welcome. Okay, so when we talk about being a WorkHARDAholic, here's the thing. Right? A WorkHARDAholic, people always talk about the fact that they're like, Shirley, I just saw you over there, but then I saw on Facebook that you were over here, and they had this Instagram post about being at the beach. And wait a minute, didn't you write this book? And didn't you? And I saw you at this festival, and how do you do it all? There's a balancing act. All right. And that's what we want to make sure that you all are able to do. We want to make sure that you have the skills and techniques and the resources to be all that you can be, even without the Army, to make sure that you have the right communication skills so that you're not wasting time having conversations with people to realize that one of you is probably just using a word incorrectly. Happens all the time. We share books because it's one of the things that anytime there's an interview, if you've ever noticed, you see an interview of a millionaire, a billionaire, a business leader, a community person, they're always talking about how their top 10 things are to read a book. Normally biographies and autobiographies, but I like to share books from my library with you to help you be the best you that you can be. In addition to that, we share time tool tip techniques, ways to help you be you even better. All right. And then, of course, we wrap it all up when we work hard and play harder. So, once again, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are going to go just moving it right along and all the joy that is to happen here today. So, we always start off with our word for the week. Our word for the week, I kind of think I didn't check my database because we've been doing this. Is it a year? It's over a year, over 2 years. I feel like we've celebrated a couple times now. So we've been doing this for a while now. I didn't double check to make sure that I haven't used this word before, but it's my current frame of mind. So if I've used it before, sorry, but maybe someone else hadn't heard it, or maybe you need to be reminded to be salubrious. Dun dun dun. Salubrious. I love a good word, people. I love a good word. Now, for those of you who might not know what it means, if I came up to you and commented on your salubrious lifestyle, would you think I was insulting you? I don't think it sounds very friendly. It doesn't sound like, ooh, thank you. But it is friendly. It's healthy, right? It's health giving, healthy, living a healthy lifestyle. All right. And part of the reason why I am so focused on salubrious living is because I know you all have heard me mention, like, I'm all about quantifiable goals. If you say, oh, I want to be healthy, and you don't have any mile markers, any goals, anything telling you when you've accomplished that, what you're trying to do, then you'll never get there. It's like people who say, I just want to be happy. Well, what does that mean? No, really, like, what does that mean? To say I want to be happy and you're not measuring it, you could have a life that is full of promise. But if you're not measuring it, all you're doing is living it rather than experiencing it. It's the same way that two people can be sharing the same experience and one can be exuberant about it and the other one can be totally depressed. Because you're not measuring your successes, your joys, even your failures. You're just going through and you're reacting, as I always say, rather than responding. So when we come to quantifiable goals, I always tell you, I'm not telling you all anything that I'm not doing for me. So I think I've mentioned on my last vision board, I have some goals with regards to my physicality, my salubrious style of living. And so in there, and healthy is different for all people. Healthy doesn't necessarily mean a number on your scale. It could be your BMI, which I trust BMI more than I trust scale. So there is for those of you who don't know, there's a standard that they have for a standard for the the American Medical Association, I believe, and it says you're healthy when you are in the range of, like, I'm 5'7.5". Never discount my half; it's very important to me. So generally speaking, they say that someone who's 5'7.5" should be, I believe, the weight is 120. Is the maximum that you should be, and so outside of that, if you're more than that, then you're considered, obese. And so I am much more partial to BMI, body mass index numbers. And as a workaholic, you have to be aware of your health. Because if you're not healthy, you're not going to live long enough to make an impact. So that's why when we talk about a workaholic, we cover the spectrum. We cover the gambit. Okay, so I am much more partial to your BMI because it takes into account a lot more than just what the scale says. So in general, if you stand me at my 5'7.5" next to the average Caucasian woman at 5'7.5", no matter what you do, normally we're going to weigh two different things. As an African American woman, we tend to have hips and thighs and buttocks. We tend to be fuller figured, just the nature of how we are composed. I'm not saying it's always the case, but quite frequently that's the case. So then how do you measure that comparatively speaking? Your body mass index takes up more key elements into mind to let you know for your height, what's your water composition, like, what are you really obese or not? Okay. And we know we're in the United States, so obesity is like it's a normal everyday epidemic, unfortunately. So when I was looking at my key indicators, because I want to live long enough to not only amass great amounts of funds, but to be able to see those funds be utilized worldwide to have an impact, in particular with female entrepreneurs throughout the world. I've got a plan for world domination. Okay, not exactly, but for world contribution, most definitely. Most definitely. And so I've got to live long enough to get there. But at present for me, like, I know this pandemic, hello everyone, I was eating my feelings, and so I have put on boo boo boo, we will not even say how many pounds, because you don't need to know that part. That's between me and my doctor and my personal trainer. But with that in mind, I have salubriousness. There's that word again. I have that on the brain. And so, with that in mind, I finally started my exercise regimen yesterday. I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited. I am so enjoying it. And so here is the deal. And this is something that we go back and forth on. It's like, I know, like, my mother, we have the conversation about health. And so, like, for her to work out, it causes her pain. And so it's like, well, who wants to go through the pain to get to the workout? But if you want the results, no pain, no gain, no pain, no gain. If you're not old enough to know that song, don't worry about it. The point is, no pain, no gain. And so because of the additional weight that I have on me, my knee has started flaring up. I'm also allergic to cheese, and I had a bunch of it a couple weeks ago, and it went straight to my joints. And so all kinds of things have happened. But we're taking no excuses. And so yesterday, I kicked off my new membership at the YMCA. And so I have been doing the aqua workouts because of the fact that I have the issues with my knee. There is no excuse acceptable. So I am having a blast. I went yesterday so I joined the Frank Thornton. Yeah, I know who Frank Thornton is. If you are a Richmonder, you should. He is a Henrico County representative and a massive contributor to the area. And so they named the latest YMCA in Henrico County, and I think it is his district. Yeah, it's his district. After him. Talk about a living legacy, right, people? That's what you want. You want to be able to live to smell the roses that people are giving to you. So make an impact now. Let's not wait until you're dead and say, that's what I'm going to do after I'm gone. You can do it now. You can do it now. So with that in mind, I joined the Frank Thornton Aquatic Center of the YMCA. And so yesterday was my first class. I went to HTO Pump at the Shady Grove YMCA. And then today I went to Aqua HIT. I don't think it was HIT. HIT is high intensity impact. I forget what the T stands for. But they have one that's in the water. Needless to say, I thought I was going to join like Swim RVA, or I know one of our members goes to ACAC, but that's in Midlothian, and I don't want to go that far. It's Midlothian and Short Pump. I don't want to go to either of those. So the YMCA was great because as I can switch, I can go to any of the locations, and I can find an aquatics class every day somewhere. So I know, right? Very exciting. So yesterday I went to Shady Grove, and then today I went to downtown YMCA. And it's just, I am so in love with this. I'm trying to make sure I'm actually trying to figure out how often is too often to work out. And then I'm thinking, well, it shouldn't be as bad because as far as pressure on your joints, I'm in the water, so we're not experiencing pressure in the joints. If you all know, you can let me know. Because at present, I'm almost ready to go to the Y at least 5 days a week. I was thinking 3 days a week. But I've been enjoying it so much. Yesterday's class, I was the youngest person in the pool. So I'm going, in the morning at a time where the rest of you are probably at work or working from home. And as an entrepreneur, as a WorkHARDAholic, I can make my own schedule. So I am thoroughly enjoying it. Having a BLAST blast. And so For those of you, so we're talking about salubrious because we want you to be healthy so that you can live to see those grandkids if you want to, or see the Grand Canyon if that's what you want to do. Whatever it is that you're looking to accomplish, whatever goals you have for your life, if health is an issue, it will hold you back. And it's not a matter of age, it's not a matter of sex, because I think back to the first time we did 5Ks. No, it was a 3K, a 5K, a 10K. So we started with a 3K, which I never even see those anymore. Worked my way up to a 5K. And then I did the 10K for years. Thanks, Lisa. Lisa Collins, who got us all into doing those. And now my goal is, should I say this out loud? Okay, I'm going to say it out loud because I want you all to feel free to hold me accountable. My next goal is a half marathon. And I'm not excited about that at all. But I recognize that this body is a temple and that I have to take care of it. So I'm starting now with these workouts, and then I'll start adding on the running. And then my goal is next year to run a half marathon, and I'm going to do it in Hawaii. Hawaii. Because if you're going to do it right. I'm just saying, people. I'm just saying. So being salubrious doesn't mean that you have to be boring. I'm going to be salubrious and in Hawaii. You're welcome to come along. I mean, on your own dime, of course. But we can have a whole team. We can all be running, and we can all do it together. And I'm sure I'm going to do the 10K for UCrops just happened. Although it was a very interesting virtual experience. But, yeah. I'm sure we can find something else to run. We can have a WorkHARDAholics team. WorkHARDAholics. Or a women's business center team. We can do any of the above. We can do whatever we like. We can do whatever we like. As long as the result is to be salubrious. Okay. So, as you can tell, I was very enthused. I am digging my workout. I just want you all to know. So if you're hating your workout, maybe you should switch. But I'm having so much fun. Like, I'm already thinking there's a class 1096. I can't go. I got work to do. And then church at 7, so I can't really go. But I am so, I'm so in love. So, hopefully you all are being salubrious as well. If not, you can watch me. You'll see it all. You'll notice it in the face and every place else. Give me time. Yay. Okay, that leads us into our book it moment. All right. So, our book for this week is called Take Time for Your Life by Shirley Richardson. Take time for your life. Right? And I picked it up because, okay, at this point, I bought this one. This wasn't originally in my library. I bought it for you all. See? But when I opened it, when I cracked it open, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, I love the tips that were shared here. And so there's one section that talks about do something you've always wanted to do. It's over here. So one of the things it says is there's a section that says do something you've always wanted to do. Right? And it's like, is there a place you've always wanted to visit? If so, where? Are there people that you'd love to spend more time with? If so, whom? Is there a hobby that you wanted to begin or spend more time on? If so, what? If you had one free day to spend spontaneously doing whatever you desire, what would you do? Does anyone not know my answer for that? Anyone not know what I would do if I had a moment to spare? I'd be at the beach. There's no doubt about it. But the question is for you. Are there books you'd love to read? If so, which ones? Is there a new sport or physical activity, swimming, you'd like to try, even if it scares you a little bit? If so, what? Is there a class or a workshop you've been meaning to take? If so, which one? Would you love to learn more about a different culture? If so, which one? How will you do it? Is there a new career direction you'd like to explore? Entrepreneurship, maybe? Okay. If so, what? And how will you begin? What else have you always wanted to do? And so I love the questions that they ask here. And they say, well, the important questions are, when will you do these things? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? That's somebody's song. The idea is pick one, take an action within the next 24 hours. There is no time to waste. There is no time at all to waste. And if you take one small step, one small action, you are one step closer to accomplishing that goal. So I loved this book. So I'm going to say thank you, WorkHARDAholics fans, for making me increase my library to be able to share this with you all, because even though this is an older copy, she does have a slightly newer version than this one. But especially as a WorkHARDAholic, I mean, that's what we talk about. Like, are you taking time for you? We're really great about remembering that this is due for work, this is due for the kids, this is due, in my case, for the church, this is due for the community, this is due for so and so, this has to happen over here. But when do you take time for you? And then you wonder, why are you so snappy? Right? Why are you so evil and hateful to the people around you who love you and care about you? Because you gave all your energy, you gave all that you had to everyone else. So when you get home, you don't have anything to give the people who really matter. So it's all in this whole spin of, as a workaholic, why do you do what you do? Like, I love what I do. Like, so it's my passion, it's my fuel, it's my energy. Like, it gives me strength. But the bottom line of why we work, we're not supposed to work. We're not supposed to live to work. We're supposed to work to live. And a lot of us get that confused. And so as a WorkHARDAholic, we try to give you the tools so that you are living in balance. We talk about it each week. Live in balance, people. So if you're like I am, and like Saturday, I think I have to do something on Saturday. But outside, I'll be in here this weekend. There's no doubt about it. No, Sunday. I have to, a friend of mine is in the bride show, the wedding show this weekend. So I'm going to go and participate with that. That's Sunday. Saturday. Okay, now I'm sorry. You all don't need to go through my mental list of what I have to do this week. But the point is, I'm sure I'll be in here this weekend. And I'm happy to be in here this weekend. I won't be here Friday because we don't do Fridays. But that's part of my passion, my life, my existence. On the other side of that, Thursday, I'm going to Charlottesville. I'm going to spend time with my great niece who just got back from Texas. Right? So, like, I don't do it the traditional way. Like yesterday, for example. Yesterday to me was, I was saying online, like on Facebook, my personal account, people, not my business public account, but my personal account. I was sharing that yesterday felt like the most normal. Like, it feels like this is my new normal. So yesterday I was busy from the crack of dawn until late at night. So it just felt like my normal crazy schedule. So I feel like I'm on the verge of post-pandemic normalcy.
Okay.
So like yesterday, I got up early. I went for my first exercise class at the Y. And that was great. Then I came into work for a little while. Then I went back home and got my mother to take her to vote. Then I came back to work. We had meetings all throughout the day. Then I had a rehearsal. I had a dance practice last night. Then I had to go to the grocery store, and I had to take care of some other things. Anyway, the long day. But it felt like, am I the only one who's starting to feel like semi-normal? Like, this is it, right? That's where I am. So I am enjoying this transition, but I'm also wanting to make sure that as I am establishing what my new normal is, that I get rid of some of my previous crazy. That's where I'm aiming. So, Christina, Socialita Christina. So we're talking about this book, Take Time for Your Life. What are you doing for you?
So, I mean, my goal is to do a little bit more traveling.
Yes.
That's something that I desire to do.
We're all about that.
Yeah. So that's what I'm doing for me. I am going to, book the flight and get
Yep.
on the plane and go.
I'm
So
all
yeah,
about it. That's what I like to
yeah.
take time for.
I am not very happy about returning, to
In person.
yeah. I'm really not happy about it. Um, I enjoyed being at home and not having to make up an excuse not to go somewhere. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed it. And I'm going to milk it as long as I can because I still say, you know what? I'm still not too sure about COVID, so I'm gonna stay at home.
I am not
So
shouting you down. I have,
yeah,
I think about it a lot with people who are roaming around because
mm,
the new mandates and regulations are if you are fully vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask.
right.
I don't. I'm filtering in my head, but I'm going to say it anyway. I don't believe half of you all out there with no mask on. I think that you didn't get
Right.
vaccinated and that you're just walking around. I think you're just walking around without a mask.
Yeah.
And so my favorite poem is "We Wear the Mask." Do y'all know
Mm-hmm.
it? Paul Laurence Dunbar. We wear the mask that grins and lies, that hides our cheeks and shades our eyes. This mask we wear to human guile. With torn and bleeding hearts we smile. And my okay, anyway. If you all didn't know, that's part of it's part of one of my favorite poems. They're not talking about this kind of mask, but right now that's my whole theory. I want the mask, please. So you all do whatever suits you to be safe, but be safe.
Right.
But I will not allow it to hinder my progress. So I am with you. Like, I'm all for the travel. Like, you all know I already took one trip and I came back and did not contract anything. I had no, at that point in time, I had no COVID antibodies in my system. And so let me be the guinea pig who shows you what it looks like to travel and come back unscathed. Um, but if you're going to do it like me, you have to do it like me. I had very limited interaction with people outside of the airport, the plane. Um,
Right.
and the thing about the plane is, if you all watched before when I came back from Puerto Rico, I talked all about like how you have to regulate and what you can do. The airlines will tell you that you're not supposed to wear that bandana mask deal, the one they pull up. Does it have a
Mm-hmm.
name? Yeah, the one that looks like a turtleneck that you pull up over your nose like they did in cartoons or something.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Well, they say it. Like, they have it on all of the forms and everything else. They say that you're not supposed to wear that kind.
Mm-hmm.
But I did see somebody around the airport with it on. I didn't see anybody on a plane with it on, so I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
You're supposed to wear, they recommend like a 3-ply. In case you all didn't know, these are generally 3-ply.
Okay.
A mask. But right now, it's getting really interesting because I don't know what their plans are with regards to the new regulations because we're doing that state by state by state by state. So our
Right.
governor has said that you all can now go about without a mask if you've been fully vaccinated. I don't know what if there isn't a federal regulation. That's not the way it works. For those of you who are citizens of the United States, you must recognize that you are subject to your local laws, and then there are some federal umbrella regulations over top of that. But for the most part, you're each subject to what's happening in your region, your locality, your territory, your state.
Right.
So for the state of Virginia, that's what we're doing. And they like to have conversations regionally. So like at the beginning of the pandemic, you would often hear the governor say, I have met with the governors in the region. So they were meeting with people in the DMV, Virginia, North Carolina in particular, were meeting as a region and having their conversations about this is how we're going to do it. This is how we're going to do it. And of course, it was an interesting conversation because if I'm in North Carolina and the rules are different and we don't need them, I think it's like Tennessee. Where is it that's a line? Is that Tennessee and West Virginia, Tennessee and Virginia, Tennessee? Excuse my geography. It's failing me right now. But there's a line where literally you cross the street and you're in a different state. And so they were having the conversations about, okay, well, they have one rule, we have one rule. We have to get together to have these conversations. Collaboration
Right.
was necessary for all those pieces. But the bottom line is at this point in time, for those of you who are looking to travel, I can say with much conviction that it is possible to travel safely. And as I said, like the airports, I think I mentioned before, like the airplanes that I was on, I flew Spirit. Yeah, I flew Spirit. And they had a system set up that they have a HEPA filtering system that cleans the air every 2.5 seconds.
Oh,
And so,
okay.
but at that point they asked that you not take your mask off unless it was to eat. And I'm still not sure about if like what the status about their mask requirements. I will soon find out because, like Christina, I am going to take time from my life and I'm going to be
Yeah.
traveling. So I will happily update you all. Or if you already know that information, drop it in the chat. Let us know. DM me. Keep us informed. Or like what's going on with the travel and the travel industry, so that we can all know what we need to
Right.
know, right? And so yeah, but I'm also with you on this whole yesterday was my it's not technically my first rehearsal, but it was my first rehearsal at the regular time.
Okay.
So when we talk about being back in person, so like my church is now officially open. Except for Wednesday nights. Wednesday nights we're still online, but our Sundays are all our Sundays are fully in person. You can register. This will be our third week.
Okay.
Our third week of in-person services, and it's been very interesting because now there's distancing, but it's not the same with the regulations. So it's even been interesting to watch, like as we're transitioning back. So like yeah, last night I was like, doggone it, it's over. Like I was just a lot of other people were like a lot of you all got into the pandemic and got to go home, right? To
Mhm.
work from home. Y'all know we've been here the whole time, right?
Right.
Y'all do know the center. We are a bunch of entrepreneurs, and so at the Women's Business Center, we support entrepreneurs. So if anything, we revved up more during the pandemic to help people keep their
Yeah.
doors open and to still be successful and to do what they needed to do. And so like now I'm ready. Now that I feel like everyone's doing good, I'm ready to go hibernate. Like I want to quarantine now, but I can't.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I can't justify it. So I'm just gonna
Mhm.
call it vacation. We're gonna hop on that plane and say goodbye to everyone and say
Yeah.
thanks. It's been real. Yeah. So you Christina got me started on all that. That social leader lady got me started just
Yeah.
thinking about traveling. There's a beach calling my name, people,
It is.
and
It's
I'm gonna
beautiful.
answer. I'm going to answer. Plus birthday end of the month. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
On the road again. I can't wait to be on the road. Yeah, all of that. All of that. Okay, before I get too happy about our traveling itineraries, we're going to get ready to have a word from our sponsors.
Let Socialita help your business stand out from the crowd by building your brand success through social media management. We're located at 1510 Willowlawn Drive, Suite 100. Our website is www.socialitarva.com. You can also give us a call at 804-484-2001. Again, Socialita.
Imagine Media Lab, in partnership with the Women's Business Center, offers hourly rental to a multimedia studio. Create or edit digital assets for marketing. Record that podcast you've always wanted to start. Voiceovers and live stream. All equipment and software is included in your hourly rental. Located at the Women's Business Center, 1510 Willow Lawn Drive, Suite 100. ImagineMediaLabs.com. Book your session today.
Ladies, are you looking to move your office from your kitchen table to a space of your own? Are you ready to take your business to the next level? Are you looking for co-working and community? Well, then come join us at the Women's Business Center, RVA, located at 1510 Willow Lawn Drive, Suite 100, directly across the street from the Kroger at Willow Lawn. Visit us on the web at wbcrva.com or on social media at WBCRVA. When you're ready for more than just office space, come join the WBCRVA family.
Alrighty then. I don't know about you all. You all see these commercials, like our commercials and our intros and stuff. Like, I'm dancing along because I think they're amazing. And where were they created?
Right.
Here in the Imagine Media Lab.
Media
Boop,
Lab.
boop, boop. All right, so we want to make sure that we thank the people who make this show possible. All right.
Yeah.
So in a second, we're gonna have our Socialita business check-in. But before that, I want to make mention. So especially now, as we're talking about living a salubrious life, we want to make sure that your business is salubrious as well. Right.
Mhm.
And so that means you all need to make sure that your business is connected to resources, connected to your consumers, connected to your vendors so that you can get better deals, connected to whoever you might need in politics, government agencies, etc. So with that in mind, we have been with Click, we have been offering it's very temporary free networking events. They're not going to last forever. I think the next one might be the last one. Is that correct,
Mhm.
Christina?
Yes.
Okay. And so the next one, I have the information that's up if you see, but that's for the last one. The next one, when is the next one, Christina? Christina.
Yes, so it's the 29th of July at 4 p.m. and it's virtual.
Not June 29th, because June 29th is a national holiday. It's my birthday. So it's July 29th. What time is it?
July 29th at 4 p.m.
Okay, so it's a 4 to 5:30 kind of deal.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, so for those of you, if you're looking to figure out how to connect with people, how to share your message, what I would suggest is that when you come to a networking event, know your ask. It's always like my
Yeah.
number one thing. What do you need? Like, I always know wherever I go that every person I meet fits into one of three categories. And so they could be an ambassador, they could be a resource, or they could be a client. Now, for your
Right.
business and what you do, that could be totally different. But normally when I'm networking on behalf of the center. I very rarely network on behalf of like Second Chance Consulting, because most of my clients, like, I generally have a wait list or they're referred to me. So I don't generally do much networking for my consulting business. I just don't.
Right.
I normally do networking for the center because I have to make sure that it stays first and foremost in people's minds, that they're aware that we're here, what we do, what we offer. And because our goals are very lofty for the center, like, we want to help women around the world to be able to start, sustain, and succeed in business, to be able to have a source of income that they can be self-reliant, to be able to support themselves and their families no matter what community that they're in, and to provide them with the skills and resources and tools they need to do just that. So whenever I'm out networking, I always know every person I meet is worth meeting. And I always try to figure out which category they fit into. So for me, I say an ambassador because it could be that they're not a vendor, they're not a resource, they're not someone who can come and be a mentor here or do a class or connect me to someone else. But they can be someone who's enthusiastic about what we do, and therefore they might be the one who's in a room with someone else and starts talking about something. Or when someone's saying, hey, I need XYZ, they can say, hey, let me connect you with, Shirley and them over at the Women's Business Center. That's an ambassador.
Right.
Then when it comes to resources, it could be like over here, we use a lot of people and a lot of skills, and we like to use them gratis. We like to use them for free. We get because we're giving away a bunch of stuff over here, people. So, or we do things below market value. So we're always looking for people we can connect with who just have a heart to do good for their community. And so we have advisors, some of which who are volunteers. We have people who come and do seminars. Maybe someone will come over and do, like, if you're out there as an entrepreneur, you're like, I don't know how to do like the PPP loan. We had the whole webinar with Fulton Bank and the NBL and the Women's Business Center at ODU and a bunch of other organizations, right? And so we're always having to connect with more people. Our network is amazing, but that's something we're constantly developing. And then there's a person who's going to be a client. All right. So a lot of times people network, they only think about how can I get to the person who's going to give me money, be that a
Right.
sponsorship or as a client. But there's so much more involved.
Right.
Christina, do you have any like tips or things that you normally do when you are like about to network?
Um. Well, I mean, networking, I will say this, is not really my strong point. But one thing that I really, really like about our networking group is that because right now it is virtual, it is, it's a great space for introverts. So if you're someone that, yeah, if you're someone that's kind of like a loner, or you struggle with like social anxiety, or, kind of just approaching someone, I love it because, it's like texting. It's like texting a random person that you don't know, and, and you're getting to know them through text message, because all of the information is in the chat. You copy, you paste it, you use it at your own discretion for promotion. I mean, for professional use only.
Indeed.
But that's one thing that I really, really like about, virtual networking. It is that if you are socially awkward, you have the opportunity to still network in the same space, the same way that you would in-person networking, however, just done a little bit differently. That makes you feel comfortable. You talk when you want to talk. You talk about your business when you're ready to talk about it. So that's what I like about it, and that's how I, think about preparing for it. So, yeah.
No, but I think that's really well put, because but I do want to tell you people, there is a difference between introversion and social awkwardness.
Yes. Yes.
Right. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. So like when I'm out and someone says, Shirley, what's up? Come talk to our group. Which topic will you talk about? I'm like, do you have a bunch of introverts? I love to talk about like how to network as an introvert. It's in the book.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole section in the book that talks about that, about networking as an introvert. Because even though no one believes me, I will repeat, I have been tested. I am an introvert. I am. But I'm not socially awkward. I can be socially awkward. But generally speaking, I am not. I have learned the techniques. I've been forced in so many ways to walk into a room, and I can walk into a room and they're like, "Oh, Shirley, you're here. Would you mind emceeing?" Oh, okay. So I have learned very early in life to be flexible and to be able to jump in. And also because I have a passion to connect. So because of what I do, I realize that if I don't say the word, someone who needs me could be right in front of me and not know it and not get the information because I didn't share. And so for me, that is the epitome of selfishness. So because of that passion and my purpose, I don't allow myself to sit back quietly, at least not all the time. But that does mean, as an introvert, that if you come by my office, oftentimes you will see a closed door. because sometimes I have met my quota of like people and people time, and I have to like just go be still, be silent, be still. Y'all are so young. Why don't y'all know the references that I share? Be still, be silent. I can't remember where that's from. It's from some movie, some show. Anyway, the point is, introverts can still be, they can still engage. We just need to go back home and recharge when it's all over. When it's over, we're like, leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Yeah, that's the introvert motto, our mantra. Like after an event is over, like stop. Like I mentally prepare myself. Like so, like the Click Network event is coming up July 29th. I'm making get that right. July 29th.
Yeah.
July 29th, 4 to 5:30. So when I block that on my calendar, I will block 4 to 6.
Right.
And so what that means is we'll do the event. We'll make sure that we're all connected and having a great time and we're networking. I will block time after that for me to be able to, if it's just sit in my car in the park by myself and decompress. Like, that's what I have to do as an introvert. I'm just saying.
Right.
Okay. But right now, we're about to have our Socialita business check-in.
Yes. So, hey guys, this moment in the show, we talk about local businesses in the area that you guys are doing amazing things in your community, and we just wanted to shout you guys out. If you're interested in having your business to be a part of the business check-in, then make sure that you DM us on Facebook or on IG, which is Instagram. Okay. So the first business I would like to talk about is the Imagine Media Lab. Okay. So if you are looking for a promo video, if you are looking for, somewhere to host your podcast, if you're looking for video editing, videography, make sure that you check out the Imagine Media Lab. They are amazing, amazing, amazing. They come on site, or you can come to them. They have technicians that can assist you with your editing as well. So make sure that you check them out, because not only do they offer amazing customer service, but they offer quality work. Okay. And they are affordable. So make sure that you check them out on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and I believe on Twitter. Okay. And next, I'd like to talk about Second Chance Consulting with Shirley Crawford. Yay! Yes. So, one thing I love about Second Chance Consulting is that, it doesn't matter where you are in your entrepreneurial process, right? Because we all need help. We all need someone to, not necessarily cry on, but to say, listen, this is what I want to do. Is this the right direction? Am I going in the right direction? Am I, missing the mark? And sometimes having someone with a non-biased, opinion can really, really increase the brand awareness for your business. It can increase sales, because you could literally just be doing something wrong because you're in the business. You don't see it. Mm-hmm. So it's great to have someone else, that doesn't have on blinders, right? And someone else that is outside of your business that can steer you in the right direction. If you are a new entrepreneur, then, something as simple as your business plan, coming up with a strategy, all those things, make sure that you check out Second Chance Consulting so that they can assist you. They are on Facebook. And are you on IG? Okay, yes. All right, you are on Instagram, so make sure that you check them out, okay? Let's talk about Socialita, which is a social media management. Yes. Social media management company. We are based in Richmond, Virginia, but we also service Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. So yes, hablamos español. We speak Spanish. So we help small businesses like yours, bring the awareness to their brand. We help you with influencer marketing, photography, social media management. We just added on custom logos. So if you or someone else needs a refresh on your logo, or you're just starting out and you need a logo, check us out. We can assist you with those things, okay? We all know that everybody is on social media. Your target audience is on social media, and knowing the right platform to use is really, really important. You don't need to be on everything. You don't have to do those things. Don't wear yourself out. So if you're looking for a free brand assessment, make sure that you check us out at www.socialitarva.com. Last but not least, Abundant Life Church of Christ.
I know them.
Thank you. Thank you all for always tuning in, checking us out, pressing the replay button. Thank you all for always supporting. So shout out to you all.
Yay! That reminds me, we haven't sung my song in a while. Like, share, subscribe, repeat. Like, share, subscribe, repeat. Like, share, subscribe, repeat.
Yes. So, and the hashtag is #create your bucket list.
Ooh, create your bucket list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We were talking about different things.
I got a list. Oh, no. I got a list.
Okay.
I just don't call them out a bucket list.
The bucket list, yeah.
Yeah, I have a thing about like bucket lists.
Oh, okay.
I hate for people to live their lives. Um, I hate people to only live their lives when they're thinking about their death. That's all.
Yes. Okay, understood. Well, enjoy your life. Enjoy your
Yes.
life. Enjoy your
Yes.
family.
Yes.
You know, you never know what could happen. You can get in the car today, be alive, and things could happen. So whether you are doing it for whatever reason, enjoy your life. Live it to the
Indeed.
fullest.
So right now, like we're supposed to be talking about our time tool technique. Oh, you know what? We will, because this all lines up. But see, all that Christina just said, kind of Christina with a K, that all lines up with our work hard, play harder moment. Can you all believe it's like we're almost done? Am I the only one who feels like the time zoomed by today? I could be, maybe because I'm doing all this talking. So hey. So, but our time tool technique. When Christina was just talking about creating your bucket list, as I said, the book for today, Take Time for Your Life. Even when we talk about our word for this week, which is salubrious, the bottom line is procrastination is the death of life.
Yeah.
Right? And so a lot of us have a habit of thinking, I'll do that tomorrow. Let me be the one to tell you, in case you didn't know, tomorrow actually never comes.
Yes.
Right? It never comes. Because today is yesterday's tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So tomorrow never arrives. So in the
Right.
end, all there really is today.
Right.
And so a lot of times when we're thinking about things that we want to accomplish, things that we want to do, like right now I am working on a strategic plan for a client. And oftentimes we say we have a goal. Like I think about the fact that when I used to mentor, I don't mentor a lot anymore. I might have to fix that. I might have to find some time to do more mentoring. But I recall when I used to do a mentorship program in the middle school system. And oftentimes my students would say, I would say, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? And they'd be like, oh, I want to be a football player. And as you can imagine what their responses were. Like everybody knows. They wanted to be a football player, a model, right? It was
Right.
something about either TV. Now, of course, they want to be YouTube stars. There are all these things. And so like I had a person working with me on one of those occasions. And so the person working with me was like, you have to tell them that they can't do that and that they should have more realistic goals. And so my statement was, there's nothing not realistic about what they desire. The thing
Right.
that's not realistic is that, do they understand the work ethic, the path to get to
Yeah.
what it is they want to accomplish? Right? So at this
Right.
point, I have seen many a person right here from Richmond go from JV, Kitty League to the NFL. We have a lot of NFL people who come from straight out of Richmond, right? There are a lot of them. And so, but there's a path on what you have to do to get there. So you have to know that you have to be preparing to go to college. Does anyone say that? Like, does anyone actually stop and say, okay, this is the steps. You need to be preparing to go to college. You need to make sure that you're playing in the leagues that are actually known by scouts. You have to know that
Right.
you want to go to a university that is on the roster of schools that have college days with the NFL. Right?
Right.
And then outside of that, if you're not at one of those schools who have a college day where the scouts come to you to recruit, then you need to know that there will be alternative scouting opportunities. You can be invited to camps. Right? You can be invited to camps by the teams that you're interested in. You can have, there was a company here in Richmond. I don't think they do it anymore now, but where they would do these camps each summer. And they have a mixture of like current players and people who want to be players, and they can have other scouting days that will happen. And so there are things that, but if you don't even know that you're supposed to be doing these basic steps,
Yeah.
how do you get there without a roadmap? How do you get there without knowing what needs to be accomplished? And part of that is when you have the proper motivation, you're going to know, okay, that's what I want. I really want it. And I'm ready to do the work. Like I'm talking about the fact that at this point, I was talking about my own health goals, right? While I won't tell you my numbers, my goal right now is to lose 50 pounds. Not 5, not 7, not 20, 50. My goal right now is to lose 50 pounds. So when we're talking about putting it off, the longer I put it off, the more likely that I'll be gaining more weight rather than losing weight. Like when you procrastinate, you hold off the goal. Like you literally push it away from yourself, potentially to the place where you can't even reach it anymore. Right? But the other part of that is it feels overwhelming. If I say, which I'm saying, I need to shed 50, like that's a human being for some of us, 50 pounds, I need to drop that. So, but when you think about that, that can become overwhelming and depressing and like, oh my God, how can I do that? And that's so much. And I only lost 1 pound and it took me 3 weeks to do that. How am I going to do 50? And so the thing is, whatever your goal is, part of the reason why we procrastinate is because it overwhelms us to think about how we can get done what we want to get done.
Yes.
So it's really important, like we talk about like a time tool technique, is to start. 1, let's get it started. Number 1, get started. I'm going to just do it. I'm throwing all my songs today. Yeah, just get started. And then start small. So, like I'm saying, my goal is 50 pounds. I have started off my goals I'm starting off with right now are not based on weight. They're based on health. So my first quantifiable chunk goal, my tiny chunk goal, is to go to the gym at least 3 times a week. Did I mention this week? I already been twice in 2 days. I'm just saying. I'm having a great time in the pool. I'm trying to tell you. It's amazing. I love it. And it amazes me like how hard the workout is. Like I have a whole new respect for a pool noodle. Do y'all know what a pool noodle is? The long thing. Oh my God, they use it as part of things. Like you put it in the water. So you take your pool noodle and you hold it up and you're supposed to just press it down. Doesn't that sound like it's easy? It's not. And then like today, all we were doing, I was just doing like this little mini crunch thing. If you want to talk about everything hurting, oh my God, it hurt. I was like, oh my God, senior citizens can do this. Oh my God, this hurts. But small steps, small accomplishments. I feel amazing just because I'm taking those small steps and getting it accomplished. So rather than be overwhelmed and start procrastinating, make it small. And then you can check out that small and see the accomplishments from that small, and it will encourage you to move to the next step. Right? And then be intentional about what you're doing. Right? So like I'm telling you all, I say things out loud, not because I'm a sharer, because I'm not, but it helps me be accountable. So when you see me 3 months from now, 6 months from now, and you're like, Shirley, I think you look fatter than you did on June 9th when you said that you were going to lose 50 pounds. What are you doing? I am giving you all a free pass to comment on my weight. Don't get crazy now, because I will comment back. God bless everyone. But that's the point of accountability, right? So if you want me to help you be accountable too, let's share. Let's talk about it, WorkHARDAholics. We can all have our health goals. We can all say we're going to be in the next 10K together. Although I'm going to be in the next half marathon. But hey, we'll work our way there. Right? So we want to destroy the whole piece of procrastination. And that actually leads us into what we're calling our Work Hard, Play Harder moment this week. And the thing I want you to know is just hold on to this mantra. Mantra. Which way do y'all say it? Okay, you can think about it on your own. Because we have mantra. I think I know we do say mantra, but right now I'm just like mantra. I don't know why. Because English is confusing. It looks like mantra, but I'm pretty sure it's mantra. I'm pretty sure I always say mantra. All right, so on that note, my mantra for right now is the time is now. There is no tomorrow. Tomorrow doesn't exist. We're not going to procrastinate because we recognize the value of time. During this pandemic, I have experienced so many losses. Right? I was singing last week, and I meant it with all my heart. The theme song from In the Wiz. Don't nobody bring me no bad news. I am over my limit. There are so many things that have happened, but I don't want you all have to wait until you're dead to be thinking about your bucket list. I really want you to realize that the present is a gift. As my mentor would say, my mentor always talks about today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. And it is. Unwrap your present and do amazing things with it. The time is now. Make it count. Make it worth it. Make it special. Just go do it. Just do it. No more excuses. Just get it done. The time is now. Okay. So, believe it or not, it's 2:00. And that means I'm so glad we had this time together. Christina, with a K, anything you want to share with us before we say bye-bye?
No, I think we shared it all.
Okay. She says we shared it all, people.
Or
we're keeping it on reserve. I have a major announcement, but it doesn't officially kick off until Monday, so I can't.
Okay.
I told you all about it last week because I cheated, but the real announcement is on Monday. So we might stream live onto the WorkHARDaholic so you all can see it too. But I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. Okay. No. I'm not going to tell. But I am very excited. And I just got word from this amazing person that she's going to participate. I'm so excited about that. Woo! Okay. Tune in Monday. I think we'll stream live and include you all. If not, we'll share it on Wednesday. But it's Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday's at 1 because that's when we'll be back again. So as we always say, live better, do better, be better, and happy entrepreneuring. Ta-ta! I'm so excited.